Hello, welcome back to the Basement Card Collector. Today's video is going to be a TTM Return video, our 38th TTM Return video. TTM stands for Through the Mail Autographs. We send out letters and emails and photos to our favorite players, athletes, coaches, celebrities, and watch that mailbox and hopefully to open it up and see an envelope inside. Today's video, we have 3 returns. Before we get into the new ones, I'd like to just kind of point out a few past successes. Seeing as how it's March Madness is underway and the Elite 8 is happening, I just pulled some former returns from some really big names in the basketball world. You can see here we have Muffet McGraw. She won 2 titles while coaching the women's team at Notre Dame. Got that through an email. Coach Gino Auriemma, UConn legend, Hall of Fame coach, sent that through the mail via an email. Down on the bottom row, we've got our Gene Cady from Purdue Boilermakers. He sent a really cool note back also. And then current coach at my favorite Indiana Hoosiers team, Mike Woodson, he sent back several things, signed some cards, wrote an awesome note, and included that photo too. So TTM, guys, it's a great hobby. Pretty cool. People return things and they're just very nice to us in this community. So today's video, we have 3 returns through the mail. I do not open them until we're live here on camera, and I'm kind of shocked to see them as you are as well. So let's get to it. 3 returns this week. The first one isn't an autograph return. It's a donation card from Charlie Ward, one of my favorite athletes ever. He did sign for us I shouldn't say a long time ago. He signed 2 cards, I think. Heisman Trophy winner from the Florida State University. Played some basketball, played some football, and now he has a charity auction of where... I'm sorry, not an auction. He donates his... money that he earns through autographs to different charities and things like that. So here, if you ever sent him, you may have received this also. Mr. Charlie Ward. Getting into the returns, I also have some former cards. This is Dawn Staley when she was an Olympian, but now she's leading the South Carolina women's team, and they have a force rolling down there in South Carolina. She's coaching now, but I thought I'd put that on top of our letter number 1 from San Diego, California, March 14th. Let's see who we have. Oh my gosh, already? Wow, that was fast. Mr. Tom House on the 76 tops. Here we have the traded as he's being dealt Atlanta to Boston. 79 tops. Oh man, this is the one, and I'm going to put a plug in for the video rolling around the internet called Facing Nolan. This really kicked me off into a really cool side PC for my TTM collecting. Tom House is... Here he is a pitching coach for the Rangers. You can see him and Nolan. He was also a pitcher of his own right, and I was reading about him, and he really said if there were a 5-man rotation, he would be the 5-man. He would be the 5th man. But he's also gone on to, if you've heard of his name, he also turned into a pitching mechanic guru. So he has written several how-tos and seminars and books and programs of what pitching mechanics should look like from young to old. And several famous athletes have caught on board with this. Most famously, Mr. Nolan Ryan was kind of the first guy. So do you remember that 89 Upper Deck card of Nolan when he's playing catch with the football? That's a Tom House thing. And so later on in life, like current day, he works with some guy you may have heard of, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. Several NFL quarterbacks have caught on to the mechanics of just throwing. And so I watched this Facing Nolan movie, and I encourage you to do so if you have not. But Mr. Tom House plays a huge role in it. And so Several NFL quarterbacks have mentioned his name. And I did have a couple Tom House cards, and I didn't know that. I remember him being a player, but I just did not know. However, I am working on a pretty cool side PC. I shouldn't even call it a PC, a side project based on that movie Facing Nolan. And here's a quick little Nolan Ryan card that I have set up on my stand on my desk here. But he's going to tie in nicely to that Tom House. So thank you, Mr. Tom House. 4 of 4 in a hurry. Let's put him right here beside him. Mr. Tom House. Thank you, sir, for your autograph. The third and final return of the week, I also kind of covered up a return with another NCAA legend, Mrs. Rebecca Lobo. She was famous for those UConn teams, really that first UConn team of Mr. Coach Gino. She is a great signer, and I sent her 2 cards, and I think she signed 2 of those as well. This is just a really cool one called Queens of the Court. Speaking of this envelope, this is going to go down as the worst envelope ever opened up. When I pulled it out of the mailbox, it actually fell apart and the cards landed on my lap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cards and just set them down for just a moment and kind of show you what this fell out of the mailbox like. The index card looks, they kind of saved the day, it looked like, but I'll show you what I mean. This is how it was in the mailbox. I mean, how does it get like that? I don't know. And how did the cards survive? I have not looked at the cards, but I could tell who they were. Luckily, they did fall face down on my lap while I was at the mailbox. But check out who we have for return number 2. And I just seen somebody get him back, Mr. Randy Jones. And you might be wondering, who is Randy Jones? Let's see what he sent. He signed the sticker. I've been sending a sticker in with these guys just because they look really cool. And that also leads me into a, who knows, 100th side TTM project, but I'll talk about that later. Oh my word, he signed all 4 of them. Got the 78 tops, 79 tops, and this really cool Sports Illustrated Greats of the Game, plus the sticker, which we just showed. Let's get these out here real quick. Now, if you're wondering why Randy Jones has a Greats of the Game, let's see what year we can show you here. If you see the top 2 years, 75 and 76, he is a Cy Young winner, 1976. He was 20 and 12 and 75, and some folks that I read about that year think he could have won in 75 as well. But in 76, he came back with a 22 and 14 record, 2.74 ERA, and you can see there 315 innings pitched, 40 starts, which isn't so crazy back then. But man, when you start stacking those on top of each other, 40 starts, 37 starts, 40 starts. He ran into some arm problems here afterwards, but he did win that Cy Young in 1976, which is why we sent to him. He is in the Padre Hall of Fame. They retired his number 35. He is like I said, Cy Young Award winner that signs free through the mail, and that is one of the 100 side PCs. I'm trying to collect and send out cards to those award winners. And so here he is, Greats of the Game, and it just gives a little bio again. He was 100 wins and 123 losses. Also a kind of cool stat that I found out while reading about him online. He's the only Cy Young Award winner to retire with a sub 500 record. Those arm troubles just never really recouped to those early year successes. And who knows, maybe with today's technology and doctors and medicine and surgical, magnificent skills, maybe he recovers and puts up like a Hall of Fame type career. However, the Randy Jones 4 of 4 is a super cool return. So 3 returns in the mail this week. Can't argue with any of them. Great additions to the set. Thank you, Tom House. Thank you, Randy Jones. And thank you, Charlie Ward, for the card as well. This will conclude our 38th TTM Return video. Thank you, and we will see you next time.